What's up, crypto family? I'm back with another update. Right now, we're sitting at the 7,000s. Now, I want you guys to understand this. We're sitting at the 7,000s. Bitcoin is sitting at thousands of dollars. Okay, so I want you guys to look at that. People who hold Bitcoin are really holding, they're not really selling their bags. I mean, some of them are, many of them is not. The thing about it is they have driven this roller coaster before. Now, as you guys can see, Bitcoin topped at 69,000 and we're steady retracing. As what you guys see, mainly all the altcoins follow Bitcoin pattern. Now, does that mean to lose hope? No, it doesn't mean to lose hope. And I'm gonna explain a whole lot more. People who are bullish on Bitcoin, they don't care about the FUD. They don't care about what others are saying. They're scared. They got newcomers that's in this space that doesn't really know about cryptocurrencies. Okay? Now, another thing. I never tell you guys, let's go under Binance or Coinbase Twitter and say, hey, list us, list us. No, it's not about us, the people, letting Bitcoin, letting Binance US, Coinbase, and other exchanges to list us. We are going to get listed regardless. So honestly, I mean, yeah, it's good, the momentum, Dogelon on Binance, but at the same time, you guys are having your hopes up because they're listing other cryptocurrencies. And most of you guys are getting very, agitated. So the main thing is, are you stuffing your bags? Are you holding? Do you know what you hold? Because if it was Bitcoin, you know you hold Bitcoin and you know it's going to surpass its all-time high. I hold my Dogelon Mars like if it is Bitcoin, even greater than Bitcoin, family, because this can be a financial freedom coin. This is where we're looking at because we are the whales. We are the whales that hold this. Now, of course, the holders are buying, but I wanted to show you guys this right quick. Someone swapped ETH for Elon, $169 for 220 million. And what really caught my eye is this guy here. He swapped Elon for ETH, and then he came back around and swapped ETH for Elon, and he bought 38 billion coins 26 minutes ago. So this just shows you right here that these whales are still loading up their bags. Yeah, they may be day trading, but they know that this token will skyrocket. So again, family, before I even, go deep in details what I have to say next, just remember, we hold Dogelon Mars. It has utility. The utility is life. And I've been preaching it and I've been preaching it day by day. Okay? This is normal. And for you new viewers that is watching this channel and trying to understand Dogelon, remember this. You bought in the dip. This is the dip. This is when you want to buy. You don't want to buy when it's heavily priced. Whereas, man, you're going to have to spend a fortune. Right now, you do not have to spend a fortune to gain millions of Dogelon Mars. So I'm going to let Mr. Michael Saylor go ahead and speak.
You're going to invest in Bitcoin, a short time horizon is 4 years, a mid-time horizon is 10 years. The right time horizon is forever. Warren Buffett said, if you wouldn't hold it for 10 years, you shouldn't hold it for 10 minutes. So if you look at the course of 4 years, no one's ever lost money over 4 years holding Bitcoin. And if you look at, our experience, we started buying it at $10,000 and now it's up by a factor of 4. So given the right time horizon, you're fine. So it's a blessing and a curse. The blessing is it makes it the most exciting, interesting thing in the financial universe everywhere in the world. And the curse is it can induce anxiety for people that have a short attention span or are focused on a narrow time horizon.
What do you think then is behind this early 2022 crash?
I think that there's a lot of dynamics here. If you look at the entire crypto ecosystem, You have a set of regulatory uncertainty, especially regulatory uncertainty around stable coins and crypto tokens, and whether or not they're securities, and that creates a little bit of anxiety. You have a lot of leverage offshore. Right? You have a lot of crypto exchanges that can trade with up to 20x leverage. And those crypto exchanges have many tokens that are cross-collateralized, and between them and the DeFi exchanges, you can get much higher than 20x leverage. So that's a second source of volatility. The crypto markets are almost designed to encourage volatility, and that creates kind of a love-hate relationship between the crypto ecosystem and the Bitcoin hodlers. The Bitcoin hodlers are holding for, a decade, and sometimes for 100 years and sometimes for 1,000 years. And yet you've got fast money hedge funds, but you have two totally different investment mentalities here. And when they come together, the result is you've got, in my opinion, the world's least risky asset to hold over the next century called Bitcoin. And you've got the world's most volatile fast money market, called crypto. And they're both joined at the hip, for better or for worse, in the year 2022.
So clearly you're a hodler. But for the people who are terrified, who have never been on this roller coaster before, shorter term, what does the trajectory of Bitcoin look like to you this year?
I feel like it's consolidating at this level. This is a great entry point for institutional investors. I talk to high net worth individuals, family offices, public company executives, private company owners, and they watch Bitcoin run up in 2021. And there are a lot of people that would be afraid to own it if it was going up 400% a year. But if they're staring at it and it's 40% off the all-time high and it's consolidating, and they see that it's being embraced by people like Bill Miller, by very well-respected investors. It's being embraced by the regulators. It's being embraced by senators and congressmen and public investors and public companies. They're looking at this as like a good entry point. I'd be remiss, Emily, not to make a more important point, which is what's really going on here at a macro level is inflation. The CPI headline inflation is 7%. Look at the Turkish lira. It's collapsing. The peso is collapsing. So there's a volatility story for a conventional investor in Manhattan that's got a portfolio of equities. But 75% of the world can't buy the S&P index. And if they've got their assets in banks, they're going to have them seized. They can't buy the equity. So the real story here is digital property that solves a problem that 8 billion people face.
The big question is then, are you going to buy more? Yes or no?
Yeah, we're going to buy more. We're buying more with our cash flows. We've adopted a Bitcoin standard, Emily. That means that when we generate cash, we sweep it into Bitcoin. We've been generating, anywhere from $70 to $100 million of cash flow. So we will also buy Bitcoin with debt. We bought Bitcoin with $1.7 billion worth of convertible debt. We bought Bitcoin with a $500 million senior secured note that we pay 6 1/8% interest on. We also issued $1 billion worth of equity at the market, and we converted it all into Bitcoin.
You promised to host a yacht party when Bitcoin got to 100,000. When do you think that will be?
The 100K party. When I did that interview, it was the fall of 2020, and I think Bitcoin was trading at 15,000. And John Vallis roped me in. He said, will you host the 100K party? And I said, well, sure, I will. There was no doubt in their mind the party's coming quite soon. I was just amazed at the confidence of Bitcoiners.
So again, family, the thing about it is, this is the time you want to get in. This is the time that you want to buy. If these major institutional investors are spending $70 to $100 million into Bitcoin, they know it's going to skyrocket. So you should all know that Elon is going to skyrocket as well. This is the key. That is the factor, family. You can't be like misfocused. There's people in there, like what Michael Saylor said. He is telling many people that you should invest into crypto because the banks are going to seize your cash. Okay. And there's no way that you're going to be able to invest into anything else. They're using their cash flow and swapping that into cryptocurrency. Okay. Now, before I even go, 2 minutes ago, swap Elon for ETH. This is the same guy right here. He sold it at 29,000. I think he's manipulating, you know, the market, making people scared of seeing it. Okay, he sold at 20. He swapped Elon for ETH and then he bought in again. He has money, but I want you guys to understand this too. If you're not holding and if you're not thinking about long term and if you're thinking about success overnight, it's not going to happen. And once we do reach, I say point, we eat up 3 zeros, we have 2 zeros, and add a one. Hey, we might as well start a yacht party. What do you guys think? Have a yacht party when we eat up 3 zeros, or should we do a mega yacht party when we touch a penny? Drop it down in the comment section below because I know this is the future. I know this will come. It will come. Like what Michael Saylor says, he believes that Bitcoin is going to touch 100K soon. And I believe that we can eat up these zeros very soon. You guys see the title. You guys see the thumbnail. You see that yacht. Hey, we might have a party on there. But other than that, stay bullish, stay confident, and be disciplined.